Here's your quickie tip to starting off your conversation with less distress and fighting. When you start off your conversation and you're sarcastic, you feel like you are the one who is correct in the situation, then that guarantees that your conversation is going to falter. And here's why. One of the researchers who's highly respected in the field of couples research has taught us that the first 3 minutes of conversation is actually the most important when you're fighting. And that's because you can predict the outcome based on how a conversation starts off. When we become more sarcastic, more resentful, that sense of I'm right, then we kind of stop the conversation from becoming as deep as it could be, because we already feel like we know the truth. And the truth in a relationship is not the same thing as if we were out in the world. The truth in a relationship is the integration of both perspectives. So when one person starts off the conversation already deciding that they are the one that is correct, then the relationship loses. The other person has no influence, they have no voice in the situation. No matter how right the one person feels like they are, it's not absolute. The other person has a perspective in the situation, even if they have a lot of repair to do in it. Maybe they do have things they need to apologize for, to make right on. But that doesn't mean that they don't have a voice. It means that their voice needs to be heard as well as yours. So if you feel like you're the one who's right, the goal is really to stop your decision making and to just absorb the information like a sponge. We do that by becoming less sarcastic. We do this by becoming less sarcastic, less resentful, and trying to absorb more information, knowing that the truth is never 100% known. When we discuss something with a partner, we may have heard certain things again and again and again, but there's always deeper truth to know. So the more you talk about it, the more this will unfold. It can't be in one conversation, one fight. You need to have this conversation again and again and again and again if you hope to get to deeper levels of truth and knowing and respect. And possibly even your partner telling you that you're right a little bit. You can't be right if you're starting off the conversation, oh, I'm the one that's right. You have to start this conversation softly and gently, especially if you're more the masculine type. So you're going to have more, oomph to your diaphragm, and you're going to probably vocalize louder than the softer person in the relationship. So if you are the masculine type, remember to watch the masculine energy in the room and making sure that there is equal delivery on both fronts. So if you're taking over the conversation, that's not going well for you guys. You want to step back and soften that perspective. So less sarcasm, less joking, and more sense of softness. And we're in this together. The sense of we-ness is going to be important as you pursue this conversation. So how do we accomplish this softened approach? If you have no experience with this, then this might be new for you. What we want to do to soften our approach is to lead with a feeling. This is not going to be anger. So if you're feeling mad, you got to get deeper. Get deep into what are you actually feeling. You can Google a list of emotion words and that will guide you in the right path there. But mainly we're talking about sad, mad, glad kind of stuff. So if you are feeling resentful, you could use that word there, but try to even get deeper than the resentment. So why are you resentful? Get down into, maybe you're feeling left out, maybe you're feeling unheard, unappreciated, disrespected, and you want to get down into these deep wounds and injuries that drive this kind of emotion for you. And if you lead with the softer emotion, so if you just come out and tell your partner, hey, I'm feeling left out and ignored here, can you hear my perspective? Then you give them a recipe of what to follow on how to meet your needs. But the softened perspective is really crucial. So I feel about what and I need is pretty much how you want to have this conversation. So I feel left out when you come in at the end of the day and you jump right on the computer and don't say anything to me. It makes me feel like I'm less important to you than other things going on in your life. When you come in at the end of the day, can you stop by the kitchen and give me a hug and kiss goodbye or hello? And then that's going to lead us in the direction that we want to go. I feel, the softer emotion starts the conversation, and then about what, without describing your partner, and then going into what they can do to meet your needs better so that you guys can move through time with more respect and trust.